guys, it is, I forgot what day it is. It's Tuesday. It's She Styles Podcast. We are here with Chica Chat, who is taking over El Paso, y'all. And we are here with Lola, Ashley, and Zoe. We're so excited to meet everyone. I have not personally met them. This is the first time I meet them, but I feel like I already know you all because you guys are posting, just terrific stuff.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And so, just tell me a little bit more about you guys. How did you guys get started? What is the secret sauce to your guys' gem?
Well, I'll start with the first question. We started when I was in my apartment reading a book by Jacqueline Johnson. She's the creator and founder of Create and Cultivate. And it's just a book about business. But at the end of the book, she poses this question asking, what are you doing in your community to lift the women up? And I was like, damn, what am I doing? And so I text my friend Anais. We talk about business all the time, just, the regular casual talk. And I was like, dude, how cool would it be if we could recreate what we do all the time with other women and just talk about business on a casual, realistic, real, raw basis. And she was like, dude, that's awesome. And then I told my friend Ashley, who I also talk about business with, and she was on board too. So the next step was coming up with the name and branding, because I know in 2019 with the millennials and social media, it's super important to have a good, strong brand. And so that's when I reached out to Lola, who I've met sort of through the Instagram universe, and I sent her a DM and I was like, hey, I noticed that you do all the original artwork for your podcast. Would you be down to do my branding? And she was like, well, what a coincidence. I'm starting my own marketing agency, so I'm down. Just shoot an email to me with what you have in mind. And the more we started working together and talking, she was guiding me, what if you're incorporating, you're going to need a president, a vice president, a treasurer, and a secretary. And so I immediately thought of Anais to be my secretary and Ashley to be my treasurer, just because all of our background and experience. And then I asked Lola, well, you're the one who's helping me do most of the work, so do you want to be my vice president? And so that's kind of how we got started. We came up with our name and our branding, and we knew we wanted to have a cute launch party just to pack a punch. So ever since then, we've just been having our events once a month.
And it's kind of just rolled. I feel like it's been very organic, and we just try to make everything fun and girly and inviting and not so
positive.
Not so businessy type, although that's what we're tackling, but more just we want it to feel inclusive, because even if you don't want to open a business, we want you to be able to come to our events and take something away from each event.
Yeah, because I think it's super important to have just the rawness of being able to get up and kind of having a meet circle. For us in this decade of meeting new people, new friends, new groups, I think that maybe at your late 20s, early 30s, or maybe early 20s, you're looking for people that you can just connect with.
Yeah.
And through social media, you can definitely get that, but it's good that you guys create these events because people get to actually meet each other.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then it kind of becomes a ritual where you'll start seeing the same people each event, and the crowd starts growing and your network basis starts growing, and so it just kind of becomes inevitably a little sisterhood, because you're constantly seeing the same girls each the first Thursday of every month. And so that's kind of what we try to foster. Just we're trying to foster positivity and obviously give you free resources, which is our huge thing that we really try to strive for. We don't want to charge anyone anything to come and participate at our events, because we don't want to limit the sources that we can put out there. If we have them, why not share them? So that's really kind of what we strive for, but also just to meet friends, meet people outside of your everyday circle, which I think is, when you're in your 20s and 30s, it's hard to get out and meet people, because you're no longer in school, you're no longer outside of your work friends. It's just hard to kind of go out and actually meet new girls.
Yeah, I definitely can agree with that. And I think for me, I don't know how, I know that I was on social media, I know that I was scrolling, but what was so eye-catching for me is that people don't really take hairdressers so seriously. I think that I really had to make like a precedence of like my business and my entrepreneurship and really say like, hey girl, like this is like a real business and you're gonna treat me like a certain way.
Right.
And when I saw that you guys were at an event, you had a hairdresser speak. And to me, that speaks volumes. I mean, instantly it was like a quick follow. It was like, oh, okay, this is this person, this is this person. And I really wanted to just get to know you guys even more because it was like you reach everybody in their own little community. Does that make sense?
Right.
Right. We try to be super inclusive, and I think something that we really didn't think about or intend to, but it creates the opportunity to hire women in whatever you need. Like Anais, she's graduating on Saturday, and she needed to plan her graduation party. And Desert Modern Florals is one of our members, and she hired them to do her floral arrangements. And then Love on Board is one of our members. She's helped us a lot, actually. She's super sweet. And she's hiring her to do her charcuterie board for her guests. And so it's just like an awesome opportunity to hire all women of all positions, no matter what your background is.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's like the ideal situation. Like, we want to never have to outsource men, you know, and just try to hire within the women community, because I feel like it's totally possible. It just takes a matter of like looking and knowing, you know, who does what. And so I think these events promote that, you know, it enables people to let people know, hey, well, I do this. And so you naturally just create a list of people in your head that, you know, are in different positions and different genres. So it's really cool. I've really enjoyed seeing like just
the different relationships blossom. Like
the growth in them and the knowledge. Like she said, we're trying to give women the knowledge, and like Zoe brings something to the table, Lola brings something to the table, I bring something to the table. So just giving them that, and then to each other, networking, knowing, you know, I think that really helps our community as a whole.
Yeah, I can definitely agree that. I can definitely see that, and I think it's a lot of really great information to keep sharing, because I wouldn't have known all of this. I wouldn't have just asked for you guys to come on. You know, I would have gone into one of your events and then learned all these things. But it's great to actually like hear it, and I think for a lot of people who have not checked out like Chica Chat, they're getting all this right now.
We definitely like want to target the person who wants to start their own business, but they're kind of scared because it's so intimidating. You have no idea where to start. And like Lola says all the time, I wish I knew all this stuff when I was starting my business. And then we've heard that from several of the members who have already established kind of their business, and they're more like on the mentor side. They're just like, I wish I had this when I was starting my business. And that's super important and meaningful to us.
And that's exactly why we started the podcast. Before, this used to be called Topic Tuesday, right? And it would come out on Tuesday, and I did it for maybe 3 years, and it was like on Snapchat, and then it was on Instagram, and the many followers that have been following along, they have really gravitated to each platform. But it was really that because nobody, first of all, I had a lot of no-sayers. They're like, oh, she can't do it. She can't open a business. No, you're too young to open a business. Oh, I'm not going to tell her. She's going to learn the hard way. You know, and it's like, no, if anybody can cut through those ribbons and not do and skip all the hard part. Yeah, just help everybody the easy way.
It takes a village. I believe that for everything.
And the more people you have on your side and on your back, more of a net you have at the bottom to help you.
It's half the battle. I was telling somebody that on Friday, like building your support team, your family, your friends, your people like at Chica Chat, it's half the battle. The rest is easy peasy.
So tell me a little bit more about you guys personally. What are you guys into? What fun stuff are you into? What are you guys doing outside of Chica Chat?
Do you want to go first?
Well, I'm a mom, so
Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, so I do a lot of mom things, but I just honestly I do a lot of like work, but work is fun to me. So like I opened up my own marketing agency, but I'm also the marketing director for a new tech startup in El Paso.
Oh, cool.
And then I do Chica Chat, and so I kind of just balance that throughout Monday through Sunday and just kind of juggle it around. And I work all the time, but I love doing what I do. So like for fun, I just pretty much do Chica Chat. That's like my source of fun. just being able to build a brand based off of not something sort of like corporate or so, something that a client wants me to do, but, Zoe just kind of gives me free range, and she's like, do whatever you want to do, post whatever you want to post. And so I kind of go wild and ham for Chica Chat. So that's my fun source.
I feel like I can relate to that because I feel like as a mom and being married and trying to balance life, they're like, what do you do for fun? I'm like, well, I'm probably not doing yoga on Sundays. I'm probably trying to create, content or creating something for like people that are watching.
Yeah.
But for me, like that gives me like a rush of like, my God, are they gonna like it?
And the process is the most fun part for sure.
And you, what do you do for fun?
Well, recently I just have time for fun now. I just finished my MBA. I graduated on Friday.
Congratulations!
Thank you. So, but I love to travel. I am a person that really enjoyed school, so school wasn't really hard for me. I enjoyed it, and I enjoy, helping people, and accounting is one of my passions. So, like talking about tax or things like that too. Our people at Chica Chat I really enjoy. But then I really enjoy reading and learning, so it's, that's what's fun to me. That's where I grasp a lot of my knowledge. So
what book are you reading right now?
What am I reading right now? Oh, I forgot the title. I just sent it to you guys.
We just finished reading all your MBA books.
Yeah. I just finished reading my strategic book and writing 70-page papers, so that was my most recent read. But that's really what I enjoy doing, and I love doing stuff for Chica Chat. Like today, filing our tax franchise was fun. But
so fun.
So much fun. I was like, I need to get that done before the 15th.
Talking about receipts was so fun today.
But I'm an accountant at a utility company, so that's my professional side. But other than that, I love to travel. My parents have a ranch in Mexico. I love going there.
Oh, how fun.
Having no internet, riding a horse, that's my free time. So
I can totally see you on a horse, though,
thanks.
and being on a ranch. And what do you do?
So I work for my mom. This last year has been pretty crazy for me, actually. And she was like, you know what, don't worry about it, come work for me. And I know you want to start your own business, so when you're finished at 3 o'clock, go home and just work on your own stuff. And so that's kind of how Chica Chat came along. I was like, my mom's going to get mad at me if I don't do something soon. That's the real story. So that's what I do. I work for my mom, and then she actually just celebrated her 11-year anniversary, but she's a third-party code inspector for residential home builders.
Ooh, girl.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a headache, especially because it's a male-dominant industry. It's just having to tell men what to do all day, every day, and pulling strings for them, and they think they know what's best, but it's a headache.
That's life. It's sadly been dominated by men way too long.
I had this conversation, I'll be a little bit more raw, with my son. He was complaining about something about a woman, and I said, well, at the end of the day, get over it, because you're always going to make more money. You're always going to have work less than the woman.
Have more opportunities.
You're going to have more opportunities.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so just be kinder. All you can do is be kinder. And he was kind of first of all, we had never had this conversation at home before, and we weren't even at home, we were driving in the car. And I was like, but he was like, what? And I was he's like, well, that isn't fair. And I said, well, it's not. But the reality is that you have to be kinder, and you have to open doors, and you have to be sweeter, and you have to really understand that even though you have more opportunity, you better show that have a huge character,
right,
and deserve it.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh shit. My mom and her real conversations.
Yeah. But I feel like that's necessary to,
that needs to happen.
To point out, because I feel like growing up my mom was really good about that, but I feel like the generation wasn't, and so.
Well, my mom was not.
Yeah.
I mean, in all honesty, my mom didn't tell me that men made more money. My mom didn't tell me you had, and it's not a bad thing, Mom, because I know you're watching. You're my biggest fan. I love you. It's not a bad thing. She wanted to hinder a lot of she's like, the world is tough, and you better make whatever you want happen.
Yeah.
But she didn't tell me that people were going to be rude.
Yeah.
She didn't tell me that I was going to have to work 10 times harder to prove myself.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, for us tiny people, we're not only women, we're like 5 feet nothing, and I feel like I have to wear like the tallest heels and be like, "Hi, I'm here."
Yeah,
Right?
I'm taking up
Yeah.
space. This is me.
Yeah.
Right? Do you guys feel like that too?
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like that's why Chica Chat is like so important to me as a mom, because because I want to establish that for my little girl, like that she's worthy, that she's capable, and that all you gotta do is knock, because you would be surprised how many people will open their doors. You just gotta knock. And I feel like because we're women, sometimes we also naturally think like, people are not gonna give me the chance, because it's been like that for so many years. But I also think like it's a new generation, and I feel like millennials are really different than our parents were, and we're like constantly trying to push each other up the totem pole, and like constantly trying to like share resources, and like tell each other like what the best options are, and like guide each other. And I don't think my parents had that, and so it's cool to be able to foster that in El Paso, and foster that for like new generations. Like hopefully by the time Billy is my age, she'll just see life very differently and have just different ways to opportunities.
Yeah, and I hope there'll be even all of our future children have those opportunities. I mean, even though they may not like progress as quickly, at least we can say we tried.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, or we're putting the effort to do so.
That like in this time, this special like moment where women, I feel like this is the year of the woman, but like when we're having this momentum, we just didn't say we chillaxed.
Right.
To when our kids ask us like, what did you do when all of this was happening? Like,
Yeah.
oh, I did this, this, and this to move the question and the momentum forward instead of.
And the way that we pick people to come onto the podcast is people that we feel that are vibing with the brand, right? Because that's super important for us to have people on here that are vibing. And so that is why you guys are definitely on here, because I feel you guys are the today women. You guys are, you're welcome. And you guys are the go-getters, and you're not complaining on what I didn't have as a child. You're saying, I'm going to not complain. I'm going to thank my parents for doing whatever they could do.
Right.
And I'm going to really work hard for what I do want.
Yeah.
And I mean, you guys are doing an awesome job. So you should pat yourself on the back.
Thank you so much. I do believe that the baby boomers and Gen Y believe that we're entitled, that we want everything right now as soon as possible because of the internet and all that stuff. But I think the opposite. I feel like we're really hard workers, we're really driven, and we're really ambitious. Like I don't think they had that, because the economy was great, the environment was great, their politics was
all right.
It was
better.
It was better, but like with I always say this, in the age of information, it's a choice to be ignorant. So we have so much information at our hands at all times. It's important for us to be, like I said, ambitious, driven, and hardworking.
Yeah, you're right. I think that if you're not reading a book, or you're not even hearing a book, or watching some kind of information and you're just scrolling, you need to.
Yeah.
Why are you not using free information? Because I didn't have that growing up. I didn't have free information.
Yeah.
Now I do. Then maybe the last 4 or 5 years I have.
Yeah.
But it was never like that. we didn't have that stuff, you know?
You could literally Google anything right now. So if you want to know, you could know.
Yeah.
Right.
How to do
But
anything,
I also
so.
think like we're in a time where like there's so much to consume that it's like and like I feel like we're such hard workers that it's just so easy to not have time to read a book or like look up stuff. And so I think that's why it's important that we make these events, because it enables you to go and like meet people, and not only meet people but learn something. You automatically will learn something from leaving an event. And so, if you don't have time to maybe read a 40 chapter book, then assist at one of our events. Like, you're bound to learn something, and like you're bound to leave with a lesson and like a friend. So
And all you do is like ask a question.
yeah.
Ask a question and ask somebody, and they'll direct. I am like the queen of saying, hey, you know what? I don't know how to do this. I'm willing to learn if you can show me, and I'll just sit with me for 10 minutes and I will learn it.
Yeah.
And I think it's like the willing to learn part that sets you apart from everyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I was like, wait. Okay, so I mean, it is a salon. I am a hairdresser. How has your beauty life changed since you started putting another task in hand? What are you guys doing differently?
I definitely wear makeup less. I did this just for you.
I didn't even know we were gonna be recording if I would have put makeup on.
No. Raw is good.
I definitely am wearing makeup less, saving it for more special occasions, just because I'm trying to get my
Preserve,
skin
yes.
on a good note. I don't know. I think that's my thing. I don't know what you guys.
I mean, I don't really wear makeup either, only to impress. So right now I'm impressing, but I mean, I don't really do much. I mean, I love dyeing my hair. That's my thing, if I can dye my hair, I feel like that substitutes my daily makeup. And so
Yeah, it's cool.
yeah, so I'll just dye my hair. That's my go-to beauty thing. And I mean, makeup is cool, but it's just such a hassle, so I tend
It
not
takes
to
up
do that.
40 minutes of my time in the morning. If I could sleep in for 40 more minutes, I'm down to do
Yeah.
that. What about you, Ashley?
I think
Are you on the no makeup train?
for sure. I work in a cubicle. Nobody really sees me, so it's not But I think I'm trying to be more a little stylish for work now, or for our events, because I don't want to be oh, you work corporate. It's boring. You just wear black pants.
Oh my god, I love
I
corporate. I love. Have you seen my? You can put a blazer. You can put some jeans. Put some black heels. Put a cute black bag.
People that actually work in corporate don't really dress like that. Well, not in my building. I feel like nobody, and I love color. I love to mix and match,
Yeah.
and so I try to do more just so they people get more adventurous with me.
That's true.
That's a good one.
What do you guys want us to know before we go? What and you want to share?
Okay, so we launched a website.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. And on that website, we have a forum. So if you are looking for someone to do your marketing, or if you're looking for a hairstylist, everything is on there. You go and chat with the group of women of Chica Chat, and it's just kind of a little community on our website. We also have all of our information there, whether it's events, all that fun stuff. And we actually have also started selling merchandise. So if you guys want to buy a shirt or any merch, just shoot us a DM and we'll take it from there.
Also, guys, they are a non-profit. I did not know that till now, and they have a ongoing donation. You sign up monthly, and a patron donation, and it's from $3 to $5.
It's
or
whatever
they can. Yeah.
whatever you guys can donate, and it really helps them actually find venues, find places, give back, things that I feel that they haven't said, but I think it's very important to share with you guys so we can help. And we can
Definitely, yes.
Yeah.
Even our merch, everything goes towards, making the events and everything. And remember, all our events are free, so come. You don't have to, pay anything or do anything to come.
There's
They're
a
all
member
free.
fee. There's absolutely no fees involved with Chica Chat. So we've been solely funded pretty much by our president and ourselves. So anything helps, and anything goes to the events that we put out for the community. So
Yeah, we have some really big goals and really big ideas for the future, so your $1 a month really helps.
yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
where can we find you?
At Let's Chica Chat.
On Instagram.
Uh-huh.
And our website is www.chicachat.org.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having
Thank you for
us.
having us.
Yes.
Okay, bye guys.
Bye.